6 o'clock. Har Har Mahadev.
Everybody, thank you very much for coming to Kivashan's exhibition, Calitopia. And on behalf of the Saatchi Chair, we would really like to thank you for choosing us to display your exhibition for your MTech. And he had a scholarship with us. And we just want to say how proud we are of your graduation now. And thank you as well to Minette Bari and to Robin Sasson, who stepped in to help Kivashan on the final leg of his MTech. And I went to see Brenda this afternoon, and she said to give you her heartiest congratulations for getting to this place. And Kivashan has arranged for his prac supervisor, Minette, to say just a few words to contextualize the exhibition and again to show him. So thank you, Minette.
Thank you everyone who came. This has been an enormous project and a big journey for Kivashan, and we're all very proud to have been part of his journey. Well done, Kivashan. And yeah, we've arrived at a certain point. You will have noticed perhaps that many of his references do revolve around the Hindu mythology and things like that. And I've also been reading along with Kivashan, and I've been getting a little bit of an education, and it's so interesting because those of you who know my work will know that I'm fascinated by mythology and how things mirror each other and how things play out again and again in the same or more or less the same way. Now, what I've found out lately is that, well, we are looking at what's it called, Mahayuga, which is, it contains 4 separate epochs or eras, made up out of Satya Yuga, Treta Yuga, Dwapara Yuga, and Kali Yuga. Lovely. No, she's absolutely, go wild. Now, Kali Yuga is the final stage of humankind's evolution or devolution on this earth, and that precisely is the project of Kivashan, the devolution, or the idea of a dystopia, things going wrong, things being corrupted, in fact, a fall from grace. Now, it is said in certain Sanskrit scriptures, such as the Surya Siddhanta, that Kali Yuga actually began at midnight on the 18th of February in the year 3102 BCE, which would mean that right now and on this particular night, we are into Kali Yuga by 5,120 years and 346 days. So remember to have a little bit of a celebration when you get to the 18th of February. The first era, Satya Yuga, brings us an era that is mostly related to knowledge and truth and understanding and compassion and what else? Meditation. Most importantly. And what I think is also in the Hindu mythology, the idea of mortality is equated with a bull or a cow. Now, Satya Yuga, which is the first era, is where the bull still has all 4 of its feet. And with each new evolution, each new manifestation. With Treta Yuga, Treta also the word has to do with 3. The bull loses a quarter of itself. And again, Dwapara Yuga, also related to 2, only has 2 legs left, and obviously, with Kali Yuga, 1 leg remains. Now, how do you balance on 1 leg? Right. It's difficult. There's a loss of balance and equilibrium, and that's exactly a metaphor for what the age that we are in right now represents. A loss of equilibrium, a loss of focus, in the sense of the idea of a corruption of all kinds of things, of all our human faculties, right? And therefore, Kiveshan has in fact identified 4 different, where did I write that down? Yes. 4 different areas of human endeavor where this kind of loss of equilibrium has begun to show itself. And the one is political dystopia, then spiritual dystopia, ecological dystopia, and finally technological dystopia. And these things show, for instance, the latter technological dystopia shows itself in the work of filmmakers and art makers and writers of the entire 20th century, where you see the collapse of the integrity of the human spirit, the human capacity, and the human your executive function. And Kiveshan in his treatise references films like Blade Runner, etc. It's also, it's also worth mentioning that in almost all writers of utopias, including Aldous Huxley, where he wrote, I think in 1905, he produced a piece called Modern Utopia. And it was a sincere effort to present to the world a cohesive image of an entire Earth moving as one, working together, and yet, from the lens that we are looking at that work from here, that modern utopia is a scary, terrible totalitarian system. And it's interesting, I think as artists we have to kind of contemplate how do we project into the future, how do we make these projections, and how do we help people to imagine a better place and a better life, because it can very, very easily go wrong. Something that is too perfect is too good to be true, according to myself.